Now I'm going to Japanese market. I used to live in Garden Grove, and I was working at what they call it? Acura. I used to work at Acura here. At the time of Facebook, I was working at Acura dealership. Facebook beginning, when Facebook had beginning like 2004, 2003, 2004. 2003, I started to work at Acura Cerritos, and then like full time I moved here. It's closer to me, and it's Orange County. I moved here. So in 2003 fall, I started to work here, and I drove. This is Harbor Costa Mesa, Harbor Boulevard, Costa Mesa. That was time of beginning of Facebook. Now, I used to go here. I'll show you later. It's called Deli and Bagel, and then I sometimes I go to this particular Japanese market. I think it was different name, maybe the same. It says Tokyo Central. I will show you. That was my place, beginning of Facebook. I think approximately the same time, 2004, 2003, Twitter appeared. That's where I was. I wasn't overseas, but I'll show you the place where I was. Okay, so I'm walking towards cafe. Sometimes when I go to my job, which is Acura. Now actually there is no Acura there. Now they sold that land to a used car dealership. I don't know where that Acura went to. The owner was like American Italian, I guess, who bought from Honda family. Looked like that belonged to, did belong to Honda family, and they sold it. So like you see cars. So you see that building, white building, and then after that there is another bigger building. That small building, the first small building, that was Subaru, and that like the gray piece. You see gray piece sticking out? That's it was Acura. So at the beginning of Facebook, Twitter, that's where I lived. Not I live, I work. I live in Garden Grove, and I drove this street. This one is Harbor Boulevard. If FBI will search, they can find me. At that time I had debit cards or credit cards. Somehow they might find records, pumping gas or buying stuff. So I was there, I was working there. See that small building after the bigger one? And I'd come here sometimes, see? That's where I was getting bagels. I do like bagels, or I do like with cheese inside, certain pastry with cheese inside. And now you see this, it's like a small strip mall, and you see far away Tokyo Central. The Tokyo Central is like a food supermarket. I don't remember if it was the same name. Could be the same, because that was 2004 and right now 2022. That's after so many years. I went to Hawaii, and plus after this actually I was at some other place, and then I went to Hawaii for many years. Then I came back doing something else. Now this place, I remember this place. This is Japanese, it's a book hall. I've been here. That book hall, they sell books or magazines. I think it's Japanese, a lot of it's Japanese. I did buy, I think, some some of what they call them, CDs. I think they're selling some CD. It says music instrument. But it's, I think beside books they had some. I bought it, and then cigar place. I don't remember what cigar place. I don't think they had, maybe. And that one, Tokyo, it was Japanese store for sure, because I did go to that place, but I'm not sure if it's the same name or different. It could be the same. I don't like to go to Japanese market sometimes. Certain things they sell, be it for kitchen or certain things that for food they sell, which you cannot buy everywhere. Like if I want to buy certain noodles, you know what I do like to make yakisoba noodles, or maybe even try to make udon soup. For udon soup I need to buy those udon noodles, because I'm not gonna make noodles by myself. I just buy noodles, and then yakisoba is basically stir fry with noodles, and udon or ramen is a soup with noodles. Ramen like thinner noodles, udon like thicker noodles. But that one I could follow a recipe. I do like real udon. I did try to eat that like long time ago, but I do like udon. And I think ramen, and I like yakisoba. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside and let's see what is there. Anyway, this place is Tokyo Central. See? Tokyo Central. I'll go inside of Tokyo Central. I think that's typical Japanese. Like this kind of toys, funny toys. Those toys are very soft. It's like a pillow toy. Anyway, let's see what they have. I do like sometimes to check, because like you see, different items, and they're foreign. They're not American items, they're Japanese. I do like sometimes to shop, like to see something. You can buy Japanese toothbrush. Which normally you cannot buy it. Let me see, maybe I'll buy one to try. Toothbrush. I can recognize the Japanese language. It looks different than Chinese. See like that? So let me see. Take a look. You can buy wok, Japanese wok. So this is like a section for food. You see, it looks like I'm in Japan. All kind of stuff, Japanese stuff. So you see like this, yakisoba sauce. Basically, it's a bottle. See the bottle? It's a bottle, and you get noodles, and you can make yakisoba. Look at rice. Mostly Japanese, I think. Oh, definitely, if you like Japanese, places like that are good. You can get a lot of stuff. So that was Tokyo Central. For people who like to know the beginning of Facebook or Twitter, my beginning was in Minnesota, but they were implementing mine when I was here in Orange County. I lived in Garden Grove, and I did work at Acura, and this is the area, Tokyo Central. It's not any place they're saying look like I'm overseas or something like that. So if anybody want to know where I was, that's the place I'm showing. Okay, now I'm gonna show from some other distance. You see the strip mall? Like a small strip mall. Tokyo Central. Now, if you go this way on Harbor, they had Japanese restaurant. I did go Japanese, I think some kind of orange letters. And then they had Boston Market. I do like Boston Market. Boston Market not that far. Okay, let me show you what I got. I got few things. What I got is few things. Well, I got just to eat right now. It's called spicy sushi roll. It's not expensive actually. For some reason the deli section is not expensive. There's some things are expensive, but many things are not super expensive. I got tofu ramen. This one is the one that you need to have, like, I suggest if you have like to take with you like cooler bag. This like this better put in a cooler bag because it came from the kind of fridge area. This one fridge area, refrigerator. Okay, and then I thought I have it. I have many times I have a cooler bag like with the wall. It keeps cool. And then I got kimchi. Kimchi is not really Japanese, but it's Korean. It's a cabbage. I like kimchi sometimes. Asian stores they do some kimchi, but American store no. I got toothbrush to try. Japanese toothbrush. It's kind of strange. It's like big and short. Okay. I got small like this ladle. Sometimes I cook, and if you want to turn something, like suppose you have wok, right? And when you cook, you have sauce on the bottom. You take that sauce and kind of put on top. This is kind of shallow. I like this one for the cooking. I like this one. I don't like cooking with the deep American style. I got this one, Japanese style udon noodles. This one I can make any when I do udon, when I do soup. This is like noodles for soup basically. I can add to noodles to soup those noodles. And I got this yakisoba. This is yakisoba. Basically, they keep in the refrigerator. This I don't like this. You see the dry sauce. So what you do is you have. I got the sauce too. I got this. I like this one. This one yakisoba sauce, but this one is more like liquid, kind of thick, like liquidish. And you put this on a pan, mix with veggies, mix with meat, and put some sauce. This is very easy and fast to make. This one is one of the fastest to make. From my experience. And this is yakisoba sauce, like a bottle. This bottle costs like $5. I got another yakisoba So this package, there are three packages in one. So like you want one serving Japanese style, you put one, or you can put 1.5, but then another day you have 1.5, so total 3. If I don't have liquid sauce, I mix this one with the soy sauce, and I have oyster sauce. They usually put some oyster sauce and light soy sauce. And then I got that's it. I got one beer, this one. Normally this one you can buy Asahi or Sapporo, but this one Ichiban, I feel it's good, but I did not buy this one. And then I got one bowl, just a small bowl for rice, made in Japan, just like this. I need like a small bowl for rice, or maybe I have one bigger one. I like the one smaller, because sometimes I feel like I like more than one. So that's all I bought, but you could buy much more than that. So now I'm driving. So that one deli place. I'm turning right. I want to show accurate place. Right now it's not accurate, but it was accurate. So now you see, basically this one, you see that big kind of, it says Orange Coast, big. Okay, now if you go further, this one with orange. So that one accurate with orange. And across the street, Honda. That's Honda. I was looking at that Honda every day when I work, every day. Now, it was a Boston market somewhere. Oh yeah, Boston market right there. So in 2004, I went to that Boston market. 2003, 2004, for lunch. This one, and it was Japanese restaurant here, but look like they're not there. They sold it or what? Wow. It was like not expensive, kind of like franchise kind of store. But I did like that Boston market. I'm surprised it's still there, because many times, you know, you see they close because of COVID and all that. They close. Now this one is Harbor Boulevard, like I said before. I'm turning left because I don't want to go south. But I'm just showing the area. That's where I was. Okay. Turning left. This one is Adams. If you turn left, it's Adams. So for lunch, I usually go like something around, you know, like Boston market. I could buy something from Japanese, that market. Now I have another Japanese market, not Tokyo, but it's called Matsuwa, something like that. It's Paularino and Bristol, approximately there. Sometimes I go there. I don't go often, but I like sometimes just to buy something.
Aunque no pueda, tengo la curiosidad. Aunque no pretendo quedarme, me da un poco de ansiedad. Es que en la vida todo se puede, esté bien o esté mal. Pero por vivir con la culpa de que al menos una vez más te volví a probar. Tu boca no pierde sabor, la caramelo. Nos dejamos llevar. Tú eres mi bandolera y yo soy tu bandolero. Te volví a probar. Tu boca no pierde sabor a caramelo. Nos dejamos llevar. Yo soy tu bandolero, tú eres mi bandolero. Todas mujeres a ti te quieren robar. No tratar de ganar, se ofrecen pero no saben meneártelo. Papi, tú lo prendes, yo voy a enrolártelo. Yo te quito esas ganas, déjame comértelo. Nos encontramos en la disco, nos emborrachamos y nos vamos al eléctrico. Nos vamos pa' mi casa a las 5 y pico. Pa' hacerlo otra vez contigo, qué rico. Mándame location, yo le caigo. Que otra no estén inventando. Que todo se me estoy saboreando. Yo ya sé lo que tú no estés fronteando. Que no es lo mismo texteando a que tú me veas llegando. Te volví a probar. Tu boca no pierde sabor, la caramelo. Nos dejamos llevar. Tú eres mi bandolera, yo soy tu bandolero. Te volví a probar. Tu boca no pierde sabor a caramelo. Nos dejamos llevar. Yo soy tu bandolera, tú eres mi bandolero. Dime cómo hacemos. Si tú me deseas, yo a ti también. Hace rato te quiero comer. ¿Y qué vas a hacer? Así que ponme un dembow que se no respeta. Tengo pa' ti la combi completa. Que no duró mucho soltera. Aprovechame, no te vayas a volver. Sé que lo hacemos y tú vas a volver. Si piensas en mi vez si fue esta noche, confío por ti. Y que no me pueda aguantar la ganas que tengo de ti. Pero me dijeron que tú también piensas en mí. Que no me puedo olvidar. Y que no quieres.
Loco por ir donde ella.
Tú sabes que
Déjame hablarte más.
que ya no te quiero y si no siento que te quiero. Yo te quiero. Ella no viene. Sabe que por ahí me muero. Ella no viene. Sabes que contigo juego. Vacila con el fondo, tan profundo, que el problema llega al fondo. Como horquilla, como muy hondo. Mami, vuelve pronto. En la situación yo fui un tonto y sigo aquí comiéndome un cable. Como si fuera vulnerable, lo nuestro es inevitable. Las ganas de comer no son culpables. Intocable, estar contigo es algo saludable.
Mami,
Yo te quiero. Ella no viene. Sabe que por ahí me muero.
¿Qué harías con $1,100? It's Cali 939, número uno por reggaeton y más. $1,100 is a lot of money.
Yes.
You could pay your card note. Maybe you're late on your rent, which you shouldn't be because we're halfway through the month already.
Are we?
Pay your rent, y'all.
I haven't even checked.
Must be nice, must be nice. Now look, but we have your chance to win $1,100. 5 por 10 da 1,000. All you gotta do is call us. We give you a category. You got 10 seconds to say 5 things in that category. For instance, come on.
Difícil amar, tomaste una decisión fatal, que lastimaron, eso te hizo mal, que lo tuve que pagar quizás.
I see they have Yahoo and they have Google. To me, it's the same kind of external system. Some might use, because I had few ways. One more complicated, one is less complicated. Google might use more complicated, Yahoo less complicated. But the more complicated allows computer to put closer to you, but you need to duplicate files. So I think that's what I see sometimes. If you place something on Facebook, it will not refresh. Like suppose I put like YouTube video and I decided to change the front cover for that video. I place on Facebook, but then I change on YouTube my first the cover, right? So the cover look different, right? But it will not refresh there. It might refresh after 1, 2, 3 days, whatever. It will not do automatically. So that tells me probably they duplicate. It's probably they don't keep everything in the middle of the country. So now that means they use my system, external system. So what do I mean by that? Suppose like before FBI had computers in some building and it goes to another building. I don't keep computers in that building. And because my system is designed for houses. Realistically, if everybody want to contact other guy, there should be tons and tons of cables to each house, to that way. But I give up. That's not a realistic way. For me, it's better just one cable going to my system, external system. That's where I have all the cables. And then I have redirected to suppose Asia or to Europe. That's how I have international network. It does not go to house, be it in Europe or Japan. It goes to external system. That's where you leave the message. That's where you get the message from. You don't get from any house message. From the house, people just use certain software application to submit to the external system. That's where they leave the message. See? And other people get from external system. So that's a completely new system or exploring. And that one social network the same. They leave the message on external system. Yeah, they have that the software look like they're talking, but they don't leave anything on their computer. Because realistically, the previous way, if they would have computers at home and they go to work and they turn it off, other people cannot leave any messages. You would have like, suppose like one after one talking, you would have like, oh, not available, cannot leave message, not available, cannot leave message, not available, cannot leave message. That's how that would look like, because that computer is not on. The previous way, it was from one building to another building. In my case, it does not go to the building. They can turn it off. It goes to external system, and I run computers 24 hours a day. They leave the message there, so it will not show he's not available or cannot leave the message. So it is external system with social network software, and when people leave, they live over there. They don't live in a house or in a building. So even if they say it's a social network, it's not really a social network. It's that particular company computers with custom network. That's where they leave the message. It's not really social. It belongs to a particular company, which is for trading. Suppose today, Google is trading. it's not really some kind of social, no trading kind of stuff. It is, suppose, Google trading company, right? Some say it's like private one. So suppose they leave messages on that private whatever company computers. So to what extent it is social? I don't know. It's just a name. Somebody gives them. It's not my name. It is a software basically for that external system to talk. Another software would be email. Another software would be chat. So they add sometimes. Some companies might add to social network, whatever they call social network. They add to that. But in general, because people need to use for e-commerce, my original system was for e-commerce, because people need to use for stores or my platforms like eBay or Amazon. So in that case, if they leave a message or they use certain email, then they will need to have few emails if they want separate email just for social network. That's why I said 92 can be with them if they want, or separate, because I did see if they want to use for shopping, they don't need the social network email to use. They can use some other ones. Maybe they don't like stores to know their social network activity. So you know what I mean? To some extent, maybe they don't like every store to know all your taco, whatever. You just buy and leave. It's like you go to store, just buy and leave. Why every store need to know about all your life? Unless it's your wish, maybe it's okay. So that's why, to me, it was like social network. They can have email and chat, or they can use like external one. But because you have, suppose, like in my case, my external system, like what today Google, that one should have email and chat. From my 92 way, that's my normal way for e-commerce. Now, because I was one analyzing and I came to this. Now my social network, I'm one. It's for my, suppose like Google. Suppose like Google bought Facebook. So for me it was like one. Okay, so in my case, they would use mine, which would be Google Chat or Google Email, or because I thought maybe I need to be partial investor, because that was, when I came to all this, for me it was too much. For me it was, I understood I cannot be like the only CEO, the only investor. I actually came to the idea it should be investors. So it would be up to investors to decide to have individual email for that particular social network, or they can just use this one. We could decide all together, because in some way it's good, but in some way maybe people don't want to have 100 emails. They just want to keep one, and because people forget those passwords, whatever. Now that's for social network. Now another one I had, it's called video chat. Video chat would be like, I see, which is like they use today, I think some Google Hangout, Skype. That's my video chat. So in my case, I could have three. One is email, another chat, another video chat. That's what you sometimes can see. And those like Mark Zuckerberg and all that, those who came to him, they had the legal papers. And they don't have my attorney. he was implementing with illegal papers. Believe me, he was implementing, which is known as acquired by spying. By spying means I came to that, my ex-wife, talking, and they go implement. It's not them supposed to implement. Them supposed to find me and have my attorney. They didn't have my attorney. They had fake seals or whatever, fake signatures. Look like I'm there allowing. But because that's mine, and they found that's a spy. Because I did not go and I did not have my attorney talking to the attorney. If my attorney would talk to the attorney, they get rights. Yes, they can talk, they can do whatever, but they didn't have that part. So in order to talk, they would need to get rights. They didn't get rights. They made, like ex-wife, make signature, put look like I'm husband, in reality I'm not. And they wanna implement. They implementing without attorney, without me, but they found that's spying, acquired by spying. That's what Mark Zuckerberg was implementing. Not only him, Google, Amazon, eBay, YouTube, Netflix, all that exploring, what you see today. That is my exploring. It's not AOL's exploring. Because AOL did not have that. And I came to that. They implemented, but they got by spying. They did not get from my attorney or attorneys. They did not have any papers from my attorneys. They got from Olga, but not from my attorneys. And that would be spying, acquired by spying. So he told them about mine, but that is spying. And anything they have for trading is acquired by spying. Trust me. American exploring for trading was acquired by spying. Because it's not AOL of 91 intellectual property. Because for AOL 91, if you check, their software decisions were different. They didn't have any international network, nothing, no social network, no YouTube, no Netflix, no eBay, no, because that's my decisions, my software decisions. They decided to trade, but they're acquired by spying. Because if you ask any of that company for my attorney, they don't have my attorney. Excuse me, they have, look like me is allowance, but that is fraud and forgery. My ex-wife made up to get the money, but I wasn't there. So basically, like I said, because they don't have my attorney, they're acquired by spying. They found from who? From here. Well, yeah, that's all. This is called spying. It is not called legal office talking to attorney. So if you go, suppose Japanese today ask you, we need to talk to his attorney. We are tired of all your papers. We need to talk to his attorney. All these companies cannot show attorney. What they can show? Only papers. Look like somebody is allowed. That's a typical political illegal ways. Politicians, they make papers look like somebody like him, somebody love them, and they want money to go to them, or they want them to do something, to use something. Basically, they use illegal papers to fool. But if you ask him, we don't need papers, we need attorney. Or even him, we need physical presence. They don't have it, that's it. Spying. So, what I'm saying, in order to evaluate situation, because you invest, or you are trying to invest pension money or any other money, any exploring company expect illegal use. Because I came to that exploring. It's not Mark Zuckerberg, it's not Bezos, It's not Bill Gates, not anyone, Microsoft. I came to that. Because even if you look at emails, they all look similar, right? But if you check AOL 91, they didn't have it. Why you have it? I never did allow. Who did allow? Oh, nobody did allow. That's illegal use. Because Olga wrote this whole kind of stupid stuff, and they decided to use. That's illegal use. And the same, all the search engines. It's not Bill Gates search engine, and it's not Yahoo's, and it's not Google search engine. You never came to that. Somebody said, okay, fraud. I'm telling you right now, fraud. That's fraud. You use fraud for your business. Because you don't have my attorney. You don't have me. You have fake papers, and you're talking about fake papers. I'm serious. They're talking about fake papers. They're not talking about legal papers. They're talking about fake papers. It looks stupid. Just think logically. It looks stupid. Somebody is allowing overseas. Okay. And they're allowing to Microsoft. They're allowing to Apple. Some kind of unknown guy is allowing. Legally, they need to be substantially different. Legally, they cannot use the same network configuration, browser, search engine, software decisions. Legally, they have to be substantially different. Just look. You see buildings. I sit in one building. I came to something, right? And then they say everybody can use it. It's made up, I'm telling you, it's made up. For you to say everyone can use it, you need to have my attorney and you need to have me. But you don't have my attorney, you made up. That's a false statement. It's a fraudulent statement. I can tell you today, nobody can use it. Nobody could use it. Because it's fraud. Americans use fraud to get the money. It's not American e-commerce. It's my e-commerce. It's not American e-commerce. I want to sue. I'm suing Americans to get money for my e-commerce because it's not your American e-commerce. It's my e-commerce. For you, suppose I'm there. I came to e-commerce, and anybody else, all those windows should be substantially different for everything. Browser, social network, for everything, completely everything. If I decided to go to the middle of the country, if I decided this for international network, this end, so suppose me in one building and the rest of the people in another building. They cannot use it, right? Legally, if they want to trade, they cannot use it. So what they have is, between buildings, my ex-wife with her people. So my ex-wife basically divorced, and she is not there in my building, but she is stuck in what she found. And they go to that another building and they implement But legally, it's not their business, not their stuff. Legally, that another building should ask for my attorney, okay? Or find me in another building and go and talk to me. I don't know what kind of stuff convincing those middle people had. They keep talking about mine to that other building, and they implement. So basically, those middle people that have papers, like I said, look like I allow. But that other building should not be legal. I don't know about your papers, how good they are. Somebody had to demand. I don't know how good they are. We need to see that guy and we need to see the attorney. But what they did is they said, oh, that guy's far away. So it's kind of big. I was in kind of big confusion. So those people who would ask, they basically quit because the guy's far away. In reality, I'm not far away, I'm close. So it's a game, you see. But even if I'm far away, they had to ask for attorney. Because now, like if they talk about selling rights, even trading, I'm telling you, they have trading violations. They cannot trade like this. Because normally you cannot trade. If you cannot talk for that, you cannot trade it. How did you start? They came. Okay, so it's not yours. You cannot trade. You need to find him. You don't assume. They cannot allow for me because they did not get any rights. So those middle people, basically between my building and another building, are convincing it's okay to do, it's okay to do, it's okay to do. But it's not okay to do. That other building should talk to me or my attorney. All they have is, I'm telling you again, they have fake papers. Look like I allow, whatever. It's not my papers. You can take to lab, you will never see even one of my fingerprint. And it's not my location. And they don't have my ID, no attorney. So they made up in a stupid way. Without good legal required certain items or things. So they cannot really do anything. So that's also network, I can tell you. Today, if you suppose there is a San Jose convention or there is a convention in Europe, you tell them about the beginning of social network, both Google and Facebook and Twitter, they cannot talk for the beginning. It's not their social network. Because I came to that network, not them. They had to be substantially different. But they were not substantially different. They had people convincing it's okay to do. You see what I mean? And they had signatures, this and this, but those signatures don't belong to me. And they don't have my attorney, and I did too. And when they transfer money, they don't transfer to me. You see the game. So basically, it's a fooling. So those between buildings, between my building and suppose other people's building, that my ex-wife made up papers, all okay, this and this, and then transfer money not to my building, but to her bank account or to her building, whatever. See what I mean? And the repeating people are the same. Basically, they in a twisting business, and unjust enrichment, and also intellectual property violations, and all that would be classified as trading violations. You cannot trade like this. It has a lot of those things, and copyrights. For copyrights, that other building had to come to me because it's mine. You had to be substantially different. The requirement of copyrights, it should be your thinking. You don't assume my thinking automatically you can use for free. That's illegal use. You need to be substantially different. Or you need to pay. Who you pay? You didn't pay to me, you pay to them. So you always suppose that other building always talking to middle people. They don't talk to me or to my attorney. They're stupid. They're crazy. I don't know, they had a lot of convincing, some kind of stupid crap that look like they're management. They're not management. I'm in America, they have management overseas. What kind of management? I don't even know them. No faces, no names, nothing. They made up look like I allow. I never was there. To allow, you need to be there. You see, basically it's a typical political way, writing bunch of papers, basically to fool and to get the money. That's all it is. Especially problem with German, those German communists. They have no knowledge about trading at all. They wanna get involved into American trading. I doubt people wanna invest into your copycatting business. You know, it's like they see something nice, they use it. It's called illegal use. Intellectual property violation. You don't offer that stuff. You don't start business like that. Don't tell them to start. And American social network is like that. I'm not joking. American social network is much worse than you might think. Because I was thinking, and I came to that at home. On top of everything, they have private property violation. Those repeaters in the middle, they were repeating, but it belongs to, suppose, not only the business, or not the business, but to the house. They should not even talk about it. It doesn't matter even if ex-wife was talking, she cannot even talk about it. That belongs to the house. She is not supposed to talk anything, but she made a lot of lies. Look like she is wife, first of all not wife, but even if it would be wife, they tweak, look like she can talk about what was in his house. You cannot talk what was in my house. You see, that is German tweaking. They tweak to get the money. Either German or I don't know who she talked to, maybe someone else. They tweak. How do you talk? Somebody is allowing you. Okay. How about his location? Where? Well, I can tell the location of that particular innovation and design thinking was in a house in Minnesota. Now, if they talk about the house, they need to disclose. So somehow they fool investors. I think investors had to have more questions. If they implemented, if Google is implementing something, and somebody is allowed, the question should be, can we have his address? But, okay, they say no. That's already strange. Why not? Maybe you stole somewhere, or maybe it's illegal. See what I mean? Address. We need, because sometimes they do need, we need location for that innovation, location. But location would be the house. No, the question should be, we want to verify if he is allowing you whatever he had in the house. He is allowing. Who is allowing? Him? No. Who is allowing? His wife. His wife has no right to allow. Whatever he said in the house, she is not supposed to tell to implement. She made up is okay, it's fraud. It's not my talk. You see, if that would be my talk, that's one thing, but it wasn't my talk. So they basically, all this German, Eastern German, talking to Jew, they talk to Olga about innovative thinking and design thinking in the house. You see what I mean? So that's spy. Instead of taking normal way, okay, it is his thinking, okay, you talk, blah, blah. But we need attorney. Okay, he had this, he had that, but we need attorney. That would be more like outside of the house. See, that would be more. I see ramen bar. So that would be outside of the house. Suppose you talk to Japanese, you need to tell. Okay, Japanese question would be, oh, okay, we didn't have this e-commerce, we didn't have this browser, we didn't have this kind of email, all that. We need to have a location. If somebody is telling, oh, that it belongs to World Wide Web, it's fraud. It does not belong to Tim Berners-Lee. I can tell you right now. If you have questions like that, never believe Tim Berners-Lee came to e-commerce, that browser, that search engine, those like Facebook, Google, Amazon, eBay, Netflix, YouTube, all those, cars.com, or it's not .com. It's my way of cars, it's not belonging to .com. .com means like before AT&T. They had cable between other business, that's it. It was not like cars.com. Who belong cars to, AT&T or to Dunlop or, 3M? No, they only had own name. They didn't have cars, they didn't have Amazon, nothing. That is my e-commerce and my network. It's not only the cable between companies. It is cable special configurations with international network and computers and satellite and even wireless. It's not the cable like before. So for Japanese would be, okay, we want to see location, we want to know location, we want to know his attorney. Believe me, be it Google, Amazon, eBay, Yahoo, even Bing, Microsoft, all of those, Netflix, they cannot show location. Oh, they need to tell the truth. His wife, he came from his wife, ex-wife actually, not wife. So he came from ex-wife, but the location of that innovative thinking, where it was, we need to know. It was in a house. So that would be automatically, for some people, a big stop, because that belongs to private property. You are talking about private property, what wasn't private property, and you are trying to sell, basically, what she was trying to get, because she's retarded, she's crazy. She is trying to tell companies with fake papers about things in the house, and she wants companies to use basically what was in the house. That's automatically private property violations, unless those companies talk to my attorney and to me. So all those companies, they are retarded. They are acquired by spying, and what they need to tell to Japanese or other one, they got from the house, from me, because of ex-wife talking, want money. So all that automatically is not for trading, I'm telling you. All those companies, all those exploring companies, because I came to this exploring, all those exploring companies are not for trading. They are not for public offering. For public offering, they could not use that because they had to have me and my attorney. Like I said before, there is a building. It's supposed their building. They would need to get from me and have my attorney, not spying ex-wife and her people asking spying questions about my stuff. Because what they have right now, all those companies, is based on spying questions about mine. It's not companies talking to me. That's what I'm saying. So, where is location? They don't have location because they were talking to ex-wife and her people. Or she might tell them, well, she can tell them, but that would be house. It's private property, it's automatically stopped. I need to talk, not them. You cannot keep talking about my stuff in the house. In Minnesota law restrict. In Minnesota law have restriction to what extent you can talk about what was in the house. You cannot talk too much what was in the house. And implement and all that stuff. Because, but realistically, it was made up, and if you check location, you will never find location. But if you ask her many times, she will, or you saw the house, she will tell you it was in the house. Okay, it was in the house. So you are talking about his stuff in the house, and he did allow you, or your wife, fraud. She was divorced. She decided to make money because she knew what I came to, and they're trying to trade. But I'm suing companies because they need to show how they came to it. I'm suing companies, they need to show, because I know it's mine. They got by spying and they have a bunch of illegal papers. So you need to show how you came to this. You came to what? Because of Olga's paper, right? Right. But that's illegal papers, it's not my papers. She made it up as husband, but it's not me. I was here, you check records. I did show you. For instance, for Facebook and Twitter, I did show you the, Harbor Boulevard at Tokyo, that market, and where Acura was. If I go to Santa Barbara, I will tape Santa Barbara where I was for the purpose of those like Netflix or Google or those, maybe Yahoo, those beginning companies. So that's what it was. But you don't need to see video, you can check records, bank account records or anything. I was there. Insurance, car insurance, telephone. I had stationary telephone in Santa Barbara because I had work and sometimes they were calling me. I need to go to work. So any papers you have look like I'm overseas, but Santa Barbara has my bank account and my telephone, and probably you can maybe somehow pull records for my work, Social Security. If I work 40 hours a week, Santa Barbara, Galita, I work 40 hours, I cannot be overseas doing some kind of papers, come on. It's all bogus. They're talking about bogus papers, the fake signatures. And if you ask any of your people, they never saw me. She made up with your people, look like I am there. And then money to go there. That's a typical fraudulent way to get the money. I know, I was in finance business a little bit, like insurance. Insurance, life and health insurance. In insurance business, sometimes, it's actually quite often, it can happen like this. The wife want to take money. It's quite often. Not always, believe me, in the United States, not always husband want to give money to wife. Sometimes they want to give money to children or grandchildren. They don't like money to wife, and they play games. Or sometimes some even wives kill husband to get money, believe me. So they poison or whatever because they don't like to work. Many ladies don't like to work, especially like in America or Europe. Like they don't like to work. So they come up to, not every lady, but some come to different stupid stuff like this. So that one is very stupid, kind of. She always talking, but I'm not there. She's trying to represent me, but she cannot talk. That's for stupid ones. Sooner or later it will be stopped. Anyway, I need to get something, and then I go home. So I got some stuff, but I told everything before. Maybe sometimes if I think again I might say something, but anyway, all I want to say is that was my place. 2004, 2003, 2004, and I wasn't there. So basically what they have for social network is illegal place, location, and signatures. And I'm divorced, not married. Anyway, I will listen music and I go home.
Uy, Gemini.
Explota la cuenta y despertar en otra cama que no sea la mía. Me importa mi ex, si es tremenda porquería.
Pero, ¿no le pasa a este?
Yo quiero
That is local radio. Sometimes I listen some other, you know, that hip hop or something. I have presets.
Widow, made me shake his hand, we haven't been a minute. Bought me off the plane because you know that I'm a swimmer. Siempre dulce, nunca sabe amarga. Otro novio prefiere estar soltera. Ese feeling nunca se queda afuera. Siempre con la cartera. Fue la primera, yeah, yeah. Hoy yo me escapo y me invento un plan como el Chapo. Ella quiere amarrarse un taco de Carolina, un bella nato. Yo que falludoso, esta noche anda peligroso. Ella no es mi esposa, pero el esposo me lo vio y dijo, ay,
Wow, baby.
yo quiero comer. Guayar por paradito, guayar por paradito.
American social network local. Aye, American social network is local. Private property violation. Illegal signature. Illegal papers. Cannot talk at Innovation Center. American social network is local. Aye.
Era un placer conocerte y ando con la melodía de la calle, Tony Dice.